The entire approach, in fact, I would say it completely transformed how rehabilitation is done or can be done because of the technology that wasn't available before. Given the limitation of many patients we deal with, these patients have sort of either weak physical condition, and so many of them are not able to start rehabilitation early. So in a phase when they're waiting to regain their strength, we face that the second problem is that start to face atrophy, and even when they get on to do rehabilitation, they're not able, because of the physical condition or injury, they're not able to do high level dosage of walking or high intensity, and many of them have compensatory movement, and which could long term be damaging. Yes. So with an Ekso, we strap the patient to the Ekso. The Ekso is designed to hold the patient upright in a sort of natural aligned posture. And most importantly, the Ekso compensates for the lack of strength. Right. And that enables the patient, therefore, to focus on doing the therapy. So doing high dosage, high intensity, and more importantly, we're now able to start rehabilitation early in the phase. So the exoskeleton technology is really about augmenting human capability. So, as I've described, in the sort of military space, the exoskeleton was built initially to help soldiers actually be able to load and carry, carry 200, 300 pounds running. And so that technology, we quickly realized actually has greater value and application in the healthcare space. So what allows that is really the intelligence of the unit. So we have the ability, or the Ekso GT has the intelligence, one, to adapt dynamically to patient in real time, meaning it's giving assistance to the patient only when help is needed. One of the key sort of characteristic of Ekso really is the fact that one, we are walking patient over ground. So when they're doing that, they are more actively engaged in that activity, and this is different from other technology we see now in the current rehab space, because when patients are walking over ground, they need to be engaged in that particular activity, and so that actually accelerates or promotes learning through neuroplasticity. In terms of injury, we know that physiotherapists particularly are pretty prone to injuries themselves, because of the sort of very heavy load of loading and manual level of activities involved. But I think more importantly, with the technology like the Ekso GT, it opens up new possibilities, and clearly, they can now achieve much more than they could before, and that for them, brings great sense of satisfaction when they see the clinical outcome, and when they feel empowered, that they're able to achieve more with the patient, with the technology. And certainly for the more complex patients, in the past you may need, 3 people, for example, to manage complex patient. But with an Ekso GT, with the help of, technology, you could possibly achieve, greater productivity with perhaps, 1 or 2 persons.
Take the next step with us.